Who do you all have winning a fight between Giratina and Godzilla? First things first, the Godzilla we're using in this is Godzilla from Hell, which if you already know is a Godzilla that appears in an IDW mini-series which basically takes on God and defeats. Now first things first, the thing that he does defeat is the God Mountain, which is more of a representation of God than actually God. But funnily enough, based on a conversation I had with the author of issue 3, he did confirm that God versus Godzilla within that verse is actually a really debatable subject. This would 100% mean that Godzilla is probably nearly as strong, if not just as strong as God himself. Now based off that confirmation alone, we can probably say that Godzilla is anywhere from multiversal to multiversal plus, based on the fact that we know that God in that verse had created infinite alternate reality. Now there's also one more statement that I want to take into account, which is the fact that Ulysses, the author, also confirms the idea that Godzilla could destroy the whole IDW verse. Now funnily enough, I actually don't agree with this statement. Ulysses doesn't have the ability, the copyright, or the author ability to say this is the case, as he didn't write things like Power Rangers, for example, or Doctor Who, or the other countless IDW stories. So no, I'm not going to say Godzilla in Hell is that strong. But based off all of this, can he beat Giratina? First things first, what we have to know about Giratina is that Giratina is responsible for the creation of the multiverse. Giratina, in combination with Palkia and Dialga, are responsible for the creation of the whole multiverse, which we know for a fact contains countless, if not infinite, timelines. And with that into account, we can take the position that Giratina should be in the multiversal range. But then who wins this fight if they're so similar? Well, it's actually kind of simple. It's probably Godzilla. If you really think about it, Godzilla is comparable to God, who's comparable to the same feat that Dialga, Giratina, and Palkia did together. So if we take the position that God is equal to those three, then Godzilla is probably stronger than one of them. So if I had to be honest, I would have Giratina losing this fight to Godzilla by high diff.